Hi friends, my name is Chaitanya Bhatka and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to analyze and take a look at the squad that the selectors have selected for the Asia Cup, which is going to begin from 27th of the August in the UAE. Um, the selections were on expected lines, bearing a few surprises, which we will discuss. And unfortunately, Jasprit Bumrah has been injured and he's ruled out of the Asia Cup. He had some back injury. As you know that in the second ODI against England, that he last represented India, he was actually scheduled to be rested for the Zimbabwe series as well as the West Indies series, and selectors were hoping that he will be fit and raring to go for the Asia Cup. But unfortunately, those back spasms have once again recurred from for Jasprit, and he is at the National Training Academy, National Cricket Academy in Bangalore, where he is undergoing rehabilitation. So no doubt that is a huge blow for Team India. But the selectors have made appropriate replacements which will negate the impact. But as we know that Jasprit is a quality player, so his absence will be missed by the Indian team. So captain is Rohit Sharma on expected lines. KL Rahul returns to the squad. He returned to the squad for the three-match ODI series against Zimbabwe and was named captain. It has been quite a few tough months for KL Rahul because first of all he didn't play after IPL due to a groin injury. After that he had a surgery for sports hernia in Germany, and when he was scheduled to make his comeback in the West Indies series, unfortunately he tested COVID positive. So a rough few months for Rahul. He has got his touch back in the Zimbabwe series, but unfortunately couldn't carry on and make a big score. But his return is a positive aspect for the team. Shreyas Iyer, Akshar Patel, and Deepak Chahar have been named backup to the 15-man squad in case someone tests COVID positive, or if somebody has an unfortunate injury. So these three are the backups. Shreyas Iyer is the likely backup of Virat Kohli or anyone unfortunately who uh, falls ill due to COVID or gets injured during the Asia Cup. Akshar Patel has impressed one and all with his exploits against the West Indies and in the Zimbabwe series as well. And Deepak Chahar recently made a brilliant comeback to the Indian team. Getting man of the match against Zimbabwe in the first ODI, and his line and length was immaculate after he found his rhythm after a couple of overs. So that are good signs for the team as well. Shreyas Iyer, Akshar Patel, and Deepak Chahar are the replacements. Surya Kumar Yadav will bat in the middle order. He is a certainty in the playing 11. Virat Kohli returns after a long time. He has missed the series T20 series against South Africa, and he then played in the ODI series against England and a couple of T20s. After that, he was rested for the West Indies tour as well as the subsequent Zimbabwe tour. So he's fit and raring to go. His form is a matter of concern nowadays, and I hope he finds his touch in the Asia Cup. Deepak Hooda has been rewarded for his consistent performances, especially the century against Ireland. Hardik Pandya, one of the most vital cog in our team, he has been selected. Ravindra Jadeja as another all-round option with its accurate and fast bowling stump to stump. He can be an asset on the turning pitches in the UAE. Dinesh Karthik as a wicketkeeper has been selected and has been rewarded for his consistent performances, not in the IPL but in the South Africa and West Indies series as well. Rishabh Pant makes the cut as well. Arshdeep Singh, who has impressed one and all during the West Indies tour, has found a place in the lineup, and it is well earned. Many people were saying that Mohammad Shami should have been picked instead of Avesh Khan, but selectors seem to have put his faith in Avesh, and I think it is end of the road for Mohammad Shami, at least for this World Cup or in the T20 format. As far as representing India is concerned, he is a quality bowler, he is a class bowler, and many were arguing that his seam position and his pace could be an asset on the bouncy Australian wickets in the World Cup in October. But the selectors have stuck to Avesh Khan, who has rewarded them with consistent performances in the West Indies series, and he now has a lot of pressure to put the faith of the selectors in the right manner that they have boasted in him. Avesh Khan makes the return. Yuzvendra Chahal, Ravichandran Ashwin are the spin bowling options. Yuzi Chahal once again demonstrating his ability in the Zimbabwe tour, as sorry, in the West Indies as well, and in the T20s against England also he performed well. So his confidence is back in the IPL also. He bowled fantastically well for Rajasthan Royals. Ravi Bishnoi has been rewarded for his consistent performances in the final T20, especially, and the fourth T20. The last two T20s he played brilliantly well. He has the googly, he has the variation, and he has a big heart. If he hits for a six, that he doesn't pull his length back against, unlike other bowlers. So he continues to toss the ball up. So he's not afraid of getting hit, and that works in his favor as well. He has all the variation, ball stumps to stump. His action is pretty well aligned nowadays. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, his resurgence has impressed one and all, and he also put up great performances, especially during the power play as well as during the death overs. That was Bhuvi of old. He also had a rough some months, but now he's back to his best. So this is the squad for Team India. There were a few controversies because Sanju Samson didn't find a place, Ishan Kishan didn't find a place, and Kuldeep Yadav also didn't find a place. But we have to remember that despite Ishan Kishan playing so well, he was in the playing lineup 11 because Virat Kohli was rested, and he also knows the fact. He has also said that he only working hard is in his hands, and that is a good approach to have, because as I say in many of my videos, our talent is very large, the talent pool is very vast, so somebody has to miss out. And yes, that is the thing. So Sanju Samson also played a couple of brilliant innings in the Zimbabwe series. We all know his class, but you just can't pop up the line. If there are simultaneous tours going on of Team India, then it is understandable that the players will find their places in the second string squad. But the now, as far as now, this is a great side, and we can beat mainly arch rivals Pakistan, and we also shouldn't underestimate Sri Lanka as well. And Bangladesh are the dark horses as always. So I think we have the squad, we have the capability, we have the talent to win the Asia Cup. We just need to be in the right sort of mindset, and I like the mindset that the team is having, that we have to go hard from the start. Why settle for 180 190 when you can make 210 or 220? So that is a good approach to have. Although we will lose some matches along the way, but that bitter pill has to be swallowed, keeping in mind the larger picture. So great squad by the selectors, and I wish Team India all the best for the Asia Cup. So how did you like my analysis? Please tell in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon for further notifications. We'll meet in the next video. Till then everyone, bye.